What's up, Gunplum modelers? This is Strider Prime bringing you a new edition of Gundam Customs. And today, I am going to build this kit. The 1/100 scale, Master Grade, RGM 79 powered GM. The Earth Federation Special Forces mass-produced Mobile Suit Custom type from Mobile Suit Gundam 0083 Stardust Memories animated OVA series. Yes, I am going to build a Master Grade. I haven't built it feels like I haven't built a Gundam for a very long time. This past 3 months now has been stressful at the very least, with just only building 2 kits. So technically this is my 3rd kit for calendar year 2025, and I think I said to myself, alright, I gotta build something big, I gotta build something nice, get myself pumped up for whatever I feel like building in the future. And what better way to begin is with this kit that I got from Premium Bandai. I've been a big fan of the Power GM for a long time, and I've always been seeing the high grade kit many times when I go to Gundam Planet. And with the recent MosquitoCon show and one of the builders, I think, winning with his Power GM, I think that was, I don't know if I got that right or wrong. I was inspired to pull this out of my stock of kits, and I said, you know what, I think it's high time we work with this guy right here. In reality, I have a stock of kits on my left that I've been looking at for quite some time, and I said to myself, alright, you know what, enough's enough, let me pick something out. And I actually had to condense all my model kits, put them in storage, and I still have more model kits because of what I got recently. But still, yeah, this one is my new build that I'm going to build this year. Now, it is an old kit, that is true. It came out in 2016. I just don't know from what frame of this kit is it. Is it using the parts from the GM 2.0 or the 1.5 Gundam? Is it the frame from the Gundam? Maybe 2.0 or 1.5, I don't know. I know somebody's going to comment below, but we can probably look on the plating, maybe get more detail on it. And unfortunately, when you get kits like this from Premium Bandai, you don't get the side, images that you normally see here, I think the RGM 79 is probably from the 2.0 GM that I've built many times. Because I know I built it from the Power GM. No, sorry. I built it from the GM Cannon and the GM Sniper 2 Custom. Sniper Custom, sorry. The Sniper Custom. But we're going to unbox this beautiful little kit on my new cutting board that I recently got from Gundam Planet. Alright. Clearly, the first thing I'm looking at is parts of the legs. Orange, of course. You have the squishy armored binder here. I say squishy because every time I see this, I'm thinking that it's like massive foam padding that this kit has. It has water slide decals, good. Orange shield, feet. Ooh, yeah, I think this is an old kit because I don't think I remember this on the original, not the original, the 2.0 GM. And I have the 2.0 GM, but I'm thinking of the other 2 kits that I built before. I'm trying to see if I could find some information here. Oh, yeah. This is from the original GM because 2002. Oh. This is my first time building the 1.0 GM. Okay, we have the parts of the armor, of the chest, the backpack, yellow trim, polycaps, obviously it's necessary, skirt armor, backpack, white trim detail here. The arms. That has to be waist unit. Leg unit here. Shoulder. We have some standard stickers. I see parts of the waist unit, beam rifle, I guess, beam rifle. I don't know what the weapon complement is. Joints, I think that's one of the ammo parts. Yeah, we have beam rifle here. Okay, this is the beam rifle from the, oh god, what was it called again? And I completely forgot about it. It's the other GM kit that I built, the GM Custom. No, not the GM Custom. I don't remember now. I know what it is. It's at the tip of my tongue. And I recently built that kit. Oh my god, Gundam. Let me go to Daylong's site because I can tell you what it is. Well, I'm waiting for this to load. You have screws, of course. That is beam rifle, I believe. Or no, same thing with. Oh, we have two guns here. I think we have two guns. Parts of the shield. And so I know that these parts are probably from the original GM. Because here, that's actually from the original GM. But it's color molded to that. Alright, I'm on the Daylong site, and if I scroll down, it'll come to me right there. Not GM Custom, I just mentioned that a moment ago. Here it is. I gotta switch to English, of course. English catalog. There we go. GM Kai. That's what it was. GM Kai. Parts of the inner frame. I know that's the supposed to be the core booster, but it's the reactor. I can imagine that a majority of this kit will have some other parts inside. Wow, I don't remember this. What's this? Is this like part of the bazooka? I think it is. Alright. Clearly we need to review the manual. I remember somebody posting resin parts to, so if you want to take the 2.0 GM and convert it into the power GM using 2.0 frame. So all right, so clearly we don't need that. We'd need none of that. Just actually only that we need, I believe. And a lot of that, but we need those two. Oh, there's a lot of parts here that we don't need. I'm not even going to go through the list. And wow, this is the first time I am seeing a one-sheet manual. Unlike the regular book manual that we all are accustomed to, this one is basically one sheet, kind of similar to that of a high-grade kit. But we have the assembly of the arms right here. Obviously, we have the original hands, not the parts forming hands, but the original hands, even though they're not perfect, they're strong enough to hold up a weapon. So you have the assembly of the arms, hands, of course, the feet, very basic, and then we have the assembly of the legs. Okay, going all the way up, and then putting on the armor parts specific to the kit. And then we have the assembly of the waist. Oh God, you're kidding me. No way, I gotta go back. Did I miss a page? 15, 16, 17. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. So this does not have the, hold on, I wasn't focusing on this. Let me focus here. This is the connection for the arms. The joints here don't turn in and out. This is the original connection. You know what? Now I gotta look at the original GM's manual. Information. Oh, wow. I guess I've been so, you know, so as I'm looking online, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to do a side-by-side of this, but as I'm looking online, yes, this is the original frame assembly for the regular GM 1.0. Wow, I'm a bit shocked. This is my first time building a kit like this, and you're accustomed to seeing joints that can go, that turn in and out. But when you see something like this, you go, oh my dear Lord. I mean, we're going to work with what we got, of course. So I'm not gonna do no modifications unless I see something that throws me out, throws me a curveball. Backpack looks good. I understand that. That's necessary. I'm not putting no LED lights. This is, by the way, this is going to be a standard straight build with the custom painting job. That's it. Nothing crazy about this. Obviously, we have the assembly of that chest part right there, the shoulders. Wow, basic assembly of the head. And then we have the beam rifle, or the beam. Yeah, we have the beam rifle. You have the machine gun, which can be customized to either being a bullpup, or whether basically from the original GM Kai. And then you have the assembly of the bazooka. The shield is good. How to store the machine gun like I remember from the original kit. And then finally, the paint job of this. And you know what? Let's get the paint. Let's prepare this. This should be very simple. Give me a minute. All right, so obviously the white color parts, we're going to be using white anime color, Gundam Colors number 18, semi-gloss. This has a bit of a, like almost an opaque white. That's good for that. So it doesn't have to be completely, blinding white, but that's fine. We're going to use that. For the yellow, which I had here, you know what? The yellow bottle that I had over there is starting to. It's too wet. I may have to change the yellow tones. I'm gonna probably end up using something like this one right here. This is a pure yellow, so we got that. For the, hold on, I'm looking at. Oh yeah, obviously for the orange, we have orange right here. Simple orange. And as a matter of fact, considering there's a lot of orange here, let me see if I have enough orange. Oh yeah, I have plenty. Good. There is a dark red tone here, and I believe it's meant for the thrusters. You know what? I should Google Translate that. Do I have Google Translate? I thought I had my app. I just got a new. I have never updated my phone for that. No big deal. But I believe that goes in here. So we'll use this red tone for that thruster. Just to get it out of the way. There is RML 75 And I believe it's meant for the trim. So I'm going to be using MS Gray Metallic, and for certain areas like maybe the rifle, I'll use neutral gray, maybe with the mixture of this and this. There's some detail here. I know that there's some sort of umbilical type setup there. I could probably paint that inside. Not a big fan of this, but of course, they do what you got to do. Detail inside of this, so that can be painted black inside or whatever. That's one that's in the air, of course. I mean, it was never meant to be a frontline unit. I've never it. I mean, it can't, obviously being in an orange unit. Well, it is a test type kit, so yeah, we're gonna use these colors for now. That's not bad. That's not bad for this. Okay. Get my Gundam model building groove going. So here it is. Let us begin building master grade powered GM. So we don't need this. All right, we're going to begin removing all these bags from their trees. Yeah, I just began realizing that I built the GM Kai about a couple of years ago, and I guess I had a mental block and didn't remember that I made it, because some of the parts that were here shares the same setup. I mean, this is technically oh, hold on, when did this come out again? 2016, but I mentioned before that the frame came out. Let's see if I could find the year here. Yeah, 2002. So this has to be from the Kai that came out in 2002, and it's using parts of the GM, which I'm assuming is the same thing from 2002. And I just upscaled it with all this. This would be great if this was an updated version. If they made an updated version of the powered GM. Right now, there's only two versions: the SD version and this. No, I might say, yeah, there is an SD version of the powered GM. That's right. So there are three versions: the SD, the high grade. Came with an umbilical. For what? All right, fair enough. We'll just put that over here. And then of course this. And I think, let's not forget the cardigan. I think the high grade cardigan has the same deals and the same setup. I honestly have not heard any negative things about this, but reviewing certain parts, just visually on the manual and on the plate itself, I find myself cringing at what I have to do. Beam saber, polycaps. I think what I was looking at that kind of threw me off. Alright, so that's fine. Obviously sanding is fine. There's a seam line that goes through there. Okay, that's fine. I think it's this one right here, this back heel. So you have the ankle armor that goes in the front, which is represented by, let me see if I could find the part. Okay, right here. So that's fine. Okay, but when you look at this one, yeah, that's going to be an interesting get-up setup right there. I wonder if it can be assembled. Okay, because I know I have to glue it. I know I have to clean it, and that's going to be a lot of work. So that's work right there. Now, I took everything out of the trays. I know one of these plates I don't need. I just need that. I don't need none of this. That's actually is. Hold on, what head is that? Is that from the Gundam or is that from the? That can't be from the GM. Oh wow! So this is the plate for the 2.0 Mark II. So this is the 2.0 Mark II plate, and we have the barrel. Okay, hold on. Now I gotta look at this. Mark II. Yeah, and of course we don't need none of this. All we need is that. And I have the Master Grade Gundam Mark II kit. And then we have, okay, the various versions. So they are Mark II parts here. That's a Mark II right there. Let's look at that. Let's find that. So I didn't realize. So the bazooka for this was the same bazooka that was used in the Mark II? Yeah, look at that. Maybe I never bothered to realize it until now. Yeah, this is the bazooka parts. Oh, okay. That's the beam rifle parts. I do remember that. Cool. All right. Well, I know what to divvy up and break up here. But let me clean it up because I gotta go through the manual, separate the parts that I need, and then leave the rest alone, put them in a baggie, and get it out of the way. So give me some time to clean this up so we can then build the inner frame and see how it looks.